Hello, this is Mohammed.
Mohammed, I received an offer from you.
Sure. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, I believe I sent you an LOI for your listing there. Did you have any specific question from the LOI, or you want me to go over the process of how we buy houses through subject to?
Well, I have my first question. I've never received an offer like this. So tell me, you're offering full current list price.
Yeah. So we are not worried about the price as much. Yeah, we are coming at the listing price of the property. The way we buy houses is through subject to. So what we do is we step in, take over the seller's existing mortgage payment. So we are not assuming the loan. The loan gonna stay in place, and we're gonna take over the mortgage payment. And based on the seller's equity, if he have a small amount of equity, we're just gonna pay that up on closing. Or if he has a large amount of equity, we're gonna make a down payment on the equity, and rest of the equity gonna be paid over time with a billing period on it. So our goal is to take over property's mortgage, turn them into rentals, and then pay the seller over time for their equity. That's what we do.
Yeah, I think my seller would be interested in something like that, and this mortgage is assumable. So, I mean, are you going to put this in a contract offer format?
So we're not going to assume the loan. We are not going to assume the loan. I just want to let you know. So if your seller is interested, right, what I can do is I can make a formal offer with all the numbers. The information that I sent you over, right, that was basically from the county. So we actually got the mortgage balance from county. If the seller want to see a more formal offer with all the number breakdown, like, hey, this is how much equity I have, this is how much I'm going to get on closing, and this is how they're going to handle the rest of the equity with the terms, I can present it to you, but I need the seller's most recent mortgage statement. You are more than welcome to blur out any personal information of the seller from the mortgage statement if you want to, but I need that mortgage statement so we can figure out, okay, this is how much loan they have, and this is the payment we're taking over, and then we can run our number to see if we take over this particular loan, can we cash flow as a long-term rental or mid-term rental or short-term rental? Because what we don't want to do is we want to buy a house like this, and then the house doesn't cash flow. Then we have to worry about something, right? We don't want to do that. What we want to do is we want to make sure, okay, if we are taking over this property, after all expenses, we can still break even. And after we take over, after we go through the closing, we're gonna go through a title company for the closing. We're gonna be responsible for all the payments that need to be made for the house. And whether or not there's a tenant in the house, we still have to make sure that the seller's mortgage is paid on time. We're still up to date, and seller's equity is paid on time. So we need to run our number to make sure that those are in line before we make a formal offer. I don't know if you can share the seller's most recent mortgage statement. Then I can make a formal offer. You can present it to the seller. And if they have more questions about this process, I'll be more than happy to hop on a 3-way call with you to discuss about it. And once you finalize everything, then we can go through the contract process of purchasing the house.
So my question though is, how is that not? How what you just described to me? You're going to take over the payments, right?
Right.
You're going to pay her the equity. How is that not assuming her loan?
How is that not assuming her loan? That's what you said?
Right. Yes.
Okay. So the way we're gonna go through, we're gonna go about it is through subject to. So on closing, the title gonna transfer on our name, the mortgage gonna stay on seller's name, and the title company that we're gonna be using to close in on the deal, they will put a specific promissory note that will say that, hey, this particular company is now responsible for all the payment related to this property, such as the HOA payment, PITI, if there is a solar, they're responsible for all the payment. And the security for the seller is they will have specific performance clause where it will say that if we ever miss a single mortgage payment of the seller's mortgage, when the mortgage stays in seller's name, the seller can take the deed back of the house without any foreclosure. And just to put an extra layer of security, we do not make any payment directly to the seller. We facilitate all the payment through a mortgage servicing company. So we have a paper trail that we made the payment every single month. They will take out the money from our bank account 5 days before the payment is due every single month, and they will make the payment for the seller's equity and mortgage whether or not the house stays vacant. So we are not assuming anything on our name. This mortgage still stays on seller's name, but title transfer on our name, and there is promissory note that protects both the seller and the buyer on the event of default.
What you're doing is basically my seller is providing they're holding the mortgage and they're getting. I understand now. Okay, let me see if I can get you that information from her.
Sure.
And I will be in touch. And by the way, I am the listing agent. So if we get to that point where you write me a document, I would prefer that.
Sure. And what is your email so I can make sure that I can send it to you the next time when you send me the mortgage statement? You got it. I'll make sure of that. When you send me after we're done with this discussion, I'm going to send you my email address. So if you get the mortgage statement, you can just send it to me there. And once you do, I'll send you an offer within a couple hours.
Okay. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a wonderful day.
We'll be in touch. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.